Are you a teenager who wants to be poor for the rest of your life? No? Then stick around, because in this video we are going to talk about the top 3 mistakes that teenagers like us make that can turn us into broke adults faster than you can say minimum wage. So get ready to learn how to avoid a lifetime of ramen noodles and thrift store clothes for the rest of your life. Mistake number 1 is dreaming. Everyone has dreams, and everyone has a dream to become rich. Especially when you are a teenager, we also like to become rich and famous. So we would be dreaming of ourselves living in a fancy mansion with expensive cars and endless amount of money, but the reality is a bit harsher than that. Having big dreams is great, but just dreaming alone won't get you anywhere in your life. You need to take actions to turn your dreams into a reality. And if you don't take any actions to achieve your dreams, then the dreams will remain just dreams forever. So if you want to make that dream into actual reality, you can follow this 7-step formula that you can apply to your life. Step number 1 is decide exactly what you want in each area of your life. As an example, let's say if you want to make $10,000 per month, and that's your financial life. And on the other hand, let's say if you want to lose some weight, and if you want to make your body look more stronger than before, and that's your physical health. And just like that, you want to decide what you want in each area of your life. After that, you need to write down your goals clearly in a sheet of paper or in a whiteboard. And the third step is really important, and that is to set a deadline for each and every goal you have. This small little date you give to the goal will make you 10x times better. The reason behind this is after setting a deadline, you will be challenging yourselves every day to complete that goal in that specified time. And if you somehow waste any time, you will feel the damage from the bottom of your heart after wasting that time. So for that reason, you will be working towards that goal very hard to complete it. But of course, you might not be able to achieve that goal in the given period of time. But at the end of that time, you will feel very happy and confident about yourself, about how close you are to achieving it, even if it takes a little more time. And the fourth step is make a list of everything you need to do to achieve that goal. So let's say if you would make $10,000 and you need to break that down into how you would be making that $10,000. It can be through YouTube, it can be through a business, or whatever that is. You need to break that down into how you would be making that amount of money. And the fifth step is organize the list into a plan of actions. So you have the bigger goal, and then you have sub goals on how you would be achieving that bigger goal. And now we need to make a plan about how you would be starting it, how you would be developing it, and now all that stuff you need to make a plan on that. And the sixth step is take action on your plan immediately. And the seventh and the last step is mostly the most important one, and that is do something every day that moves you closer to your most important goal. So if you want to be rich and successful, take a sheet of paper or go near your whiteboard and start taking action today. Mistake number 2 is making excuses and blaming others. It's a common habit for teenagers and generally most of the people to blame others or make excuses when things don't go our way. For an example, we might blame our teachers for bad grades, claiming that we didn't have enough time to study, or blame others for not helping us. This mindset can also lead to a constant complaining about things that are not working out. On the other hand, the successful people, the rich ones, tend to take ownership of their actions and responses to situations. They focus on solutions rather than complaining on the problems. They do not blame others, make excuses, or complain that much. Instead, they work on developing a positive mindset that will help them to achieve success. The problem with constantly blaming others, making excuses, is that it can create a negative mindset that hinders growth and success. It can prevent teenagers from learning from their mistakes and improving themselves. This mindset can also make them feel powerless and prevent them from taking control of their lives. So to avoid these mistakes, teenagers like us should take ownership of our actions and focus on what we can do to improve the situation. And likewise, if something you started did not go according to your plan, do not ever complain about yourselves or make excuses. Just try to improve it and learn from your mistakes. Mistake number 3 is not having self-discipline. As a teenager, it's easy to fall into bad habits like procrastination, impulsiveness, and lack of focus. These habits can result in a lack of confidence, wasted time, and ultimately into a failure. In fact, research suggests that poor self-discipline is one of the biggest obstacles to success in entrepreneurship. On the other hand, the successful entrepreneurs have one thing in common, and that is self-discipline. They are able to resist short-term temptations and focus on long-term goals. This leads to improved productivity, better decision making, and ultimately greater success. So what are some mistakes that young teens like us make when it comes to self-discipline? Firstly, we often underestimate the importance of time management. Many teens, like I am right here, waste their time on social media, gaming, or watching TV shows, which has no impact on their future. And right here, don't get me wrong, social media and gaming is one of the two ways you can make money. But some teenagers scroll through social media without doing nothing. And secondly, teens often lack a clear vision and direction. Without a clear roadmap of their future, it's hard to stay motivated and focused. And finally, teens like us can be swayed by peer pressure. We may make poor decisions because we want to fit in with our friends or be seen as cool. But how can we develop self-discipline? Firstly, it's important to set a clear business goals and create a plan to achieve them. And that's when the 7-step formula that I have told you before comes in handy. This can help you stay focused and motivated even when things get tough. Secondly, try to limit your distractions. It's okay to have some fun and relaxation time, but it's also important to balance that with productive activities that can benefit your future. And finally, surround yourself with people who support your goals and values. This can help you resist peer pressure and stay true to your vision. Another mistake is not having a long-term perspective. People sometimes focus too much on their daily routines and forget about their long-term goals. But successful people, such as those who become millionaires on their own, know that it takes time to achieve success. They also know they need to make sacrifices in order to gain bigger rewards in the future.